Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I want to say thanks to our God Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has been giving some mercies and blessings so I can make this video to complete my assignment of Psycholinguistics for Language Teacher course. Secondly, may salawat and salam be with our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, who has guided us from the darkness to the brightness, from the stupidity to the cleverness, and from the Jahiliyah era to the Islamic era. In this video, I will explain my answer about the second assignment of Psycholinguistics for Language Teacher course. According to linguistics perspective, language is a form. Language is one of the means or tools that humans use to communicate. Communication is the process of conveying messages. There are three factors in communications, namely the sender, the tool or language, and the receiver. Language can be conveyed through signs. So language, media, and signs are used to communicate. There are five knowledge that must be mastered to be able to speak language, namely the sound system, the word system, the grammar system, the meaning system, and the last is the cultural system. So those are the five components that language has. According to discourse analysis, language is form and function. So language has two components, not only form or basic components, but also functions or how to use the form. Whereas according to psycholinguistics perspective, language is form, function, and mind. So in other words, psycholinguistics is more complete by adding mind. There are two language abilities. The first is taxic knowledge or linguistic knowledge, and explicit knowledge or the ability of the mind to use language. There are three things the mind does, namely language production, language perception, and language acquisition. So the difference of the three definitions are linguistic perspective has one component, and the discourse analysis has two components, and the psycholinguistic perspective has three components. And then the sameness of three definitions are each definition has form or basic component. There are three stages to produce speech as follows. The first is conceptualization. In the conceptualization stage, someone must have semantical knowledge, in the sense that you know something about something, or it can be called intention. Our intention is knowledge that can be produced. The second is formulation. In the formulation stage, someone must have syntactical knowledge, and syntactical knowledge consists of lexical and grammatical knowledge. In this stage, the brain works to select appropriate words or words that make sense or relevant to convey intention. Apart from appropriate words, this stage also chooses appropriate sentences. And the last stages is articulation. In the articulation stage, someone must have phonological knowledge. In this stage, a person is enabled to convey intentions that have been formulated in the form of statements or expressions. Yeah, of course, I agree with that. I agree that in the conceptualization stage, we need semantical knowledge. This is because in the conceptualization, we need intention so that it can be produced. Meanwhile, semantic knowledge in conceptualization helps in the first is decision about what to say, and then facts about the situation and consideration of the spatial aspects. So, for example, I see my mother cooks vegetables. In my mind, I choose three lexemes, namely mother, cook, and vegetables. Then I set the subject, I set the verb, and I set the object. It can be active sentence or passive sentence. So that becomes the sentence, my mother cooks vegetables. Okay, semantic knowledge is divided into two as follows. The first is semantical macro planning. In this part, various words or sentences appear in mind. So it can be negative, positive, and interrogative sentences. So what can be called macro planning is the emergence of various options or several alternatives. And the second is semantical micro planning. In this part, there is a decision regarding what word or sentences will be used. So, for example, I want to say, erase the writing on the whiteboard. So, before I say that, I have several options. This is a micro planning process. I have several options about the words delete, wipe, and erase. And then I have decision to choose the word erase. This is the micro planning process. So I have decision to choose the word erase because it connects with the context, or it makes sense with the context of erase the writing on the whiteboard. In the brain, there is something called mental faculty. So mental faculty is the place where we store all information. This is in long-term memory. In the mental faculty, there is a mental lexicon which functions to store words that have been used. That's why sometimes when we want to say something, several words appear in our minds. Then our mind will choose which words are suitable to use. Pauses. According to Sasmitasari 2017, pause is a mental process that occurs when speaking. In other words, pause is a situation where we stop to think for a moment. So we will continue. Psycholinguistic pauses. According to Warren 2013, the minimum duration of pause is 200 milliseconds or 2 seconds. So, when someone pauses for more than 2 seconds, it's no longer considered a psycholinguistic pause. And the last is field pause. According to Sasmitasari 2017, Silence that contain the fillers and so on are categorized as filled silence or filled pause. Okay, I think that's all from me, and I hope my explanation can fulfill this assignment. So, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.